Hey, everybody out there at the Vidya Gaem Awards. It's Debra Wilson, and I have been contacting you over and over again to get some clarity, and I never got a response, so I'm going to do the best I can in this cameo. So greetings to everyone. I hope everybody's doing well in these shifting times. I mean, times are always shifting, but still. And I wanted to answer that question. So I'm assuming all you want is an answer to that question. Why I seem to be, in other words, my avatar, that game developers want to use my avatar in video games quite a bit. I can't tell you that is their creative decision. I don't have any hand in that. If they go, look, this is what we want to use you for, that's great. And so it's happened quite a bit, and it's on their decision. I don't have any hands in it. My team, meaning my agency, my voiceover agency, have no hand in that. And so there are actually another game coming out in which I am not. Doom is coming out, and I am in that as well, but it doesn't have my avatar. And there are people out there, I'm sure, on social media, and I'm not on social media other than Cameo, who are like, I am sick of seeing her face in video games. She's everywhere. But what they don't seem to recognize is that when I get hired and I do audition, these aren't parts that are given to me. I audition for everything. If it is performance capture, motion capture, I audition. If it's voiceover, I audition in my booth. And then they make those decisions among those. And I think how to discern and disseminate making decisions a lot of the times, because I also teach and coach when it comes to voiceover, is telling the story. I'm not concerned with my voice nearly as much as I am concerned with telling the story. And it's about storytelling. And so I want to elevate the craft from the voice and voice acting to being able to act out and tell the story. And so telling the story is about giving away that thing that you do, that thing that is inside you, and making it valuable enough for yourself that it's worthy to give to others and letting them find themselves in it. At the end of the day, you don't care about my voice. No one gives a shit about my voice. You feel what you feel when you're playing, how you immerse yourself. And maybe then you go, who is it that made me feel this way? I'm following this character and I'm enjoying the storyline of this character, and I want to know who voices this. And it's not simply because of what you hear, it's what you feel and how invested you are. And that investment doesn't come from me. It comes from you feeling something. And it's my responsibility for me, in this craft, is not to use my voice, but to tell the story and bring these things that the game developers, these characters that the game developers have made, that these game companies have made, that all the writers have put their time and energy and effort into for years, to do it justice by telling the story that they've heard before they even knew I was going to audition for it. And once I tell the story, at the end of the day, it's how they felt. And if they can feel that and they're getting that game together and putting it out there, they're hoping that you would feel the same thing. But as far as the avatar is concerned, I have nothing to do with that. They are choosing that. There's one game that I'm working on right now still that I've signed an NDA for that I can't talk about. That is using my avatar, but the picture is already out there. All right, never mind if the picture's out there and everybody knows. I'm playing Calypso in Wolverine. And other than an eye patch, he looks like me with a shaved head. There was another game that came to me and approached me and said, we want to use your tattoos. And I said, now that's pushing it too far. The one thing I did have in mind is, if you use my tattoos, then it really is me. If you use my face and you're changing the body structure or you're changing the clothing, that's a whole other thing, because it's as if I'm on camera. So now imagine the flip side. If it were on camera and you had a Brad Pitt, does Brad Pitt need to get in special effects and makeup every time to not look like Brad Pitt in order to play a character? No. Judge Clooney? No. So you have all these actors on camera who aren't changing their look in terms of their face in order to play a character. So on the flip side of that, with video games, I don't have to, and I guess they feel that they don't need to change my face in order for me to fit into the story itself, as long as I'm the storyteller. And because storytelling is my pride and joy, and it is the heart and soul of what I do, not my voice, my storytelling is more pride for me than my voice. And so if I'm telling the story and they feel I am a great fit for telling their story, then, they're going to do whatever they want to do with my avatar or change it. But in Doom, I don't look like me, which is great. So there you have it. And thanks. Bye.